It's no secret that I like to shit on a bunch of weapons in this game. And that's mostly because I feel like some weapons in this game really just deserve to just be better and shouldn't just be, be put down by like simple little like features. Let me give you an example. Let's be honest, when was the last time you've ever seen anyone use this weapon? For the longest time, I made a video on this weapon and I pretty much dog shit on it. But for what reason? Well, mostly because it was a very mediocre mid to early game weapon that had a heavy that didn't really work on bosses. So basically what the old heavy used to do on bosses until they updated the weapon was the first hit would just do damage and the two other hits coming in would do nothing. At least, even though the weapon is, it's not like that good still, at least they updated the weapon so that it would actually be somewhat decent. Usually, they would do other stuff like this if other people or the community thought the thing was shit, or something else would be really good. And there was a weapon that is a victim of also one of those old changes, the Trident. Trident's a cool little weapon. It's just a really goofy ass spear with the heavy that makes you look like you're doing god damage, but in actuality you're doing nothing because the first hit would do nothing. But in recent memory, into the range up something, the Trident got a neat little rework where basically the heavy, these ticks right here, they would do 5% of the enemy's health, but that's only if they were regular enemies like a thief or an eggy. Because yeah, the thing is, the heavy does less damage now, but it works on every single enemy in the game now, which includes bosses. And so yeah, we're just gonna show you that right now. The thing is though, the damage scaling on bosses is definitely lessened because, if it wasn't, then that would be kind of broken. But you know what this means, right? Here, look at this. I mean, the damage isn't bad, but like, it isn't something that like you'd wanna use most of the time. Does this make the weapon good for its stage though? Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, the Trident has always been like a somewhat decent spear weapon. Probably better than Harpoon because of quite other things actually soaking being a pretty alright debuff. I mean, at least it works pretty well with Triangle Mask and all the other shock items. As well as Shock Gem. Shock Gem is actually pretty good. I mean, look at my damage. I'm actually doing like extremely good damage right now. I mean, the heavy is just like, it's just kind of there, but like, but like mostly the Trident is like a weapon you'd never usually see yourself using on bosses unless you just want to make some weird debuff build I'm going here. But it's just better to just use Twig Claws for it because it's a fist that can also apply venom. But you do what you want. If you can make Trident work, like the actual rework Trident work, then go for it. I'm not stopping. Honestly, I'd be pretty impressed if you can make this weapon work on things that aren't bosses. Holy fuck, my health just got decimated there. I mean, at least like honestly, even though I don't see myself using this weapon that much, like in terms of like the actual game, I think it's just a neat little spear that's just in the game, and I'm happy it exists. Even though I like to shit on this weapon a lot back then, because it's the Trident. If you weren't shitting on this weapon back then what were you doing, honestly? Because this weapon was an actual like genuinely just a snooze festival weapon back then, but it's better now. It's still not the best spear to use in the game. Hell, I even think the swordfish is better. But on humanoid enemies like M, as you can see, that heavy damage is kind of crazy. And if you're fighting like an enemy like Eggy or any humanoid enemies in Sky Battlegrounds, this is, in my opinion, one of the best, no, probably the best Sky Battlegrounds weapon, since it always scales on high health enemies. I don't have a clip of it because I don't want to go through that VOD right now, and it's like really late. But basically, in hindsight, not hindsight, wrong word. Basically, this weapon can do some crazy damage. I feel like there's no other weapon in this game that could have a heavy that could deal about almost like it could deal like a potentially like infinite damage. Basically, it's like it's a pretty cool heavy. I think like if you're OG player, I would definitely suggest checking out this weapon again. Here's the build I used for it. It doesn't really actually, like, the only thing I'm using the Trident about this is the Separate Style is actually pretty good on this because, you know, debuff. And you also get Soaking, which makes one of the main debuffs, Lightning, actually like really good because you got the Lightning Gem here and you have the Triangle Mask. But yeah, that's it for today's video. And if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like these, you'll support the channel by subscribing or doing whatever, commenting, get on the algorithm, anything. But yeah, that's it. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe, and we'll see you fellers next time.